Well, hello, friends. It's Kimberly here with Mother Be Beautiful. I just thought I'd share a few quick thoughts with you guys on, here we are at the beginning of the year on goal setting and, where we want to be. I know a lot of us have I like to spend the start of a new year doing some dreaming and some planning and some goal setting. And I know we've talked about goal posters before, which I love because it really gives your goals some meat and potatoes. I have to share with you this one. It's so fun because my family loves these goal posters. And this is one we did years and years ago, but we focused on things that we were grateful for. And it's just fun. And it wasn't any pictures, it was just words because that's what we had. And because as a family, we had a goal of wanting to cultivate a more grateful spirit in our home. And so it was really, really fun. They put on here they're grateful for their trampoline, to live in a free country, water, food, myself, school, family, gospel, the commandments, all kinds of awesome air. When do you stop and take time to be grateful for just those basic things? Love and marriage. Super grateful for that one, still am. Sunset, oh my gosh, there's my favorite one, beautiful wife. No wonder I love my husband. Anyway, just fun things. And, goal posters and things like that are really powerful. And in thinking about goals and, creating this life that we want for ourselves, so often we kind of tend to do it backwards. A lot of times, and especially when people say things like, because I've been hearing a lot this year about, I just really want to make more money. And it's really not the money that we're after. It's really about the things that the money could buy. So when it all really clicked for me, early on in my direct sales career, 25 years ago when I first started out, I didn't know anything about direct sales. All I knew is that I wanted to move up this path and go for these different ranks, and that's what I thought was my goal. Well, it wasn't a rank, and as I progressed, I realized that I needed to really tie in my purpose. What was I really out for? It wasn't to be, a diamond or an emerald or a ruby or a director, whatever names you're going to call the different ranks in direct sales, but it was something I couldn't really I had a hard time articulating what it was that I really wanted. And so often I hear that a lot of people, we know we want something, but it's really hard to say what we want. Sometimes it's nebulous. For me, over the years, what I found was that I really, really, for me, truly, I know it sounds kind of altruistic and corny, but I really love to help people. I want to be in a position to be able to give meaningful service. And so as the years went by, I realized that the status I was seeking was to be a helper. And what I realized was that so often what we do as just human beings is we take a look at our income coming in, and then we say, okay, what can I do with that? And then we tie ourselves in this little box because this paycheck that comes in every month or every 2 weeks says that I can only do this. And it's so backwards. It limits us. Instead, if you were to ask yourself, what would you want more than anything? If money were no object, if you had a big pile of gold sitting in Gringotts or sitting in your bank and you didn't have to worry about money, what would you most want? What would you most want to do? Where would you want to be? What things would you want to have in your life? What would you most want if money were no object? And just take a minute and just think about that for just a brief moment. Money were no object. If you had all of it that you wanted, what would you most want? And just let yourself think about that. Because there's a shift that happens when you look at your little pile of cash and then you say, what can I have? Totally different mind frame than what do I want? Because now I'm going to go figure out a way to get what I want, right? And it's not the money, it's what the money can buy, right? For me, I would love to be able to spend my retired years, or even before I retire, I would love to spend some years just doing service missions, looking for people who have needs that they can't fill and help them with that. I have had friends that have gone in and taken wheelchairs to people in other countries, or medical equipment or stuff like that. That's just so great. I have some skills and talents in nursing. Wouldn't it be great to go offer help in a clinic without worrying about having to need a paycheck? Wouldn't that be awesome? To be able to alleviate suffering where there is suffering, to be able to lift up people where they don't quite know how to lift themselves up yet. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't it be great to be able to travel? Other people, they say, you know, I really want a bigger house. I don't know. For me, the jewelry and stuff, no, I'm not saying I don't like sparkly stuff. Everybody who knows me knows I like sparkly stuff. But, you know, that never really gets me excited. It's the experiences that get me personally excited. Everybody's different. But it's important to start with that question. What would you do? What would you want if money were no object? And then design a plan to go get it. And just knowing what you want and being crystal clear on that vision is going to help motivate and tie in those powerful parts of your brain and your subconscious to go to work to find a way to get it. And magically that stuff happens. People who don't know where they want to go, they very rarely get there. Well, they don't get there because they don't have anywhere to go, right? And that's a sad thing to me. Not having a passion, not having a clear purpose and being excited about the work that you do is very sad. I love the freedom that my home-based business gives me, because then I can do some other things, not because, you know, I need the money. The current job that I have, I'm able to work with a top-notch company with highly skilled professional nurses, and we are really on a mission to change the landscape for kidney disease in the country. Really exciting to be a part of it. Years and years ago, I was talking with a girlfriend in my kitchen and at her house about what she did. I got so excited because she had this big, huge vision about what she wanted to do, and I just wanted to be a part of that energy. Financially, that was tough because that would mean a cut and pay for me. And I don't usually do cuts and pay, but I really wanted to be a part of it, right? But having that extra income from a home-based business really lets me do what my heart tells me to do and not what my pocketbook or my budget tells me I need to do. So, and I don't know what that's going to be for you, but just take some time over this next weekend or this next 7 weeks. Really just let your mind be free to think about the things and the people, the places, the experiences that you want to be in your life. And don't get caught up with the how. That's where we always go to. Well, maybe your dream is to own a houseboat and tour around and live in Maui somewhere. And then your mind goes to work and says, well, how? You know, maybe you're somebody sitting there, you have this big grand dream, and you say, well, how? I don't have a college degree, or how? I don't have any money, or how? I've been laid off. Don't even let the word how come into your mind. There should be no limits, right? The how is what puts you in this little box. The how will come when you're crystal clear on your why. And I don't really understand how that works. All I know is that it does. I've been in this business for a long time. I know that it does. The people that I choose to allow myself to be mentored by have all shown me that. And I've seen that in my own life. Let your brain be free to toy with what you want. No limitations. And then trust that the how will come. And I look forward to hearing about your dreams. Love to have you share them. That being said, I would tend to agree with Napoleon Hill. If you read any of Napoleon Hill's works, one of the things that he talks about is don't share your big goals with people. I know in business, a lot of times we talk about sharing your goals and having an accountability partner, and that's all well and good. However, being really careful, that circle that you trust to share those outrageous dreams with should be pretty small, because human nature, we're all on a different level. Human nature is to trip up people when they're trying really hard. If they have goals that are bigger than ourselves, that tends to, unfortunately, we think that, you know, my thinking is that if I have a high standard up here and I hold that standard, that people down here are going to want to come join me, because I'm trying to join the people up here and we're all helping each other. But that's not really how human beings work. We're not perfected yet. It's a process. And usually what happens is, instead, if somebody's up here, the people down here want to drag this person down, right? Because I don't want to work that hard to be up here. So if you come down here, then I look okay. I know that sounds horrible, but that's just how it is. And I found a lot of times when I shared those private dreams, that was exactly what happened with myself too. I'm very cautious about who I share those big dreams with, and only share them with a limited few people that I highly respect, and people that are already where I want to be, because I know that they know how to get there. And they're not going to want to keep me down, because it's everything in their benefit to help me raise up, or to come up to their level. Does that make sense? And in the process, hopefully, help them move a little higher too. So be real careful. Don't be afraid to dream these wild, outrageous dreams that you can't see how they can be physically or emotionally or whatever, how they can be possible. Don't be afraid to do that, but just be cautious who you share that with. Make sure you're sharing those things with people that can help you. Just the same goes true with your troubles. You know, don't share your troubles with everybody. Most people don't care, unfortunately. For a lot of people care, but they're not in a position to do anything about it. You know, we want to share our struggles and our the things that we're working on with people who are in a position to help us. Otherwise, it's just, well, it's not even therapy, because that's what therapy is for. Otherwise, it's just commiserating. So, and people go do that in bars, and I don't hang out in bars. So, but if you feel so inclined, I would love to hear what some of your big goals are. I love having no limit thinking, and sky's the limit possibilities, and I believe that for you too. Have a great week. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.